Hey, what's up guys, it is Saintsfan and welcome back to another episode of Monday Mailbox. This is a series where you guys ask me questions either about GTA or gaming in general and I give you guys my opinions. And if you want to ask a question for next week's episode, let me know in the comment section. Put like Monday Mailbox before you actually leave the comment. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the first question from Winzus the Royal. He says, "Hey Saintsfan, we all know that the wardrobe in the single player is enormous, with unlimited combinations of outfits. Why don't we have it in multiplayer? And do you think next-gen multiplayer will have that many options?" Sorry for my English. English was fine, dude. As for the clothing, the outfits you're talking about, it's kind of interesting. I actually just saw a article or some sort of thing, I forget where, but they mentioned how in the GTA Online trailer there was a couple of screenshots or parts where people had different clothing that we don't actually have in multiplayer right now. And this is something I want to actually clear up with you guys. There's actually a lot of stuff, and like, whether this is right or wrong, that's not for me to decide, but it's what game companies do. Basically, they make a bunch of content, but they take it out of the game, and that's why you see a lot of this cut content from GTA, but they release it later on as DLC. If they give us everything at once, then it would kind of get boring. They gotta keep over time giving us stuff, and I think that's why, you're not seeing a complete or like all the outfits that are possible in single player in online. I'm sure Rockstar is saving specific types of clothing, maybe like the bandana. I mean, I'm just saying this theoretically, but maybe like the bandana and stuff like that for heists, because it would kind of go with that theme. And they could have other clothes for other themes of DLCs that they wound up releasing. As for the whole next gen stuff, I don't think next gen clothing wise is going to be much different, honestly. I mean, obviously it'll probably come with everything that's already in the game, all the DLC clothes already, but I don't know if there's going to be anything particular. These next gen, these remastered games that have been coming out for the newer consoles, nothing really big has changed for them, honestly. Obviously graphics are better, 60 frames per second, that's always nice. As you guys saw in the trailer for the GTA, there's gonna be more traffic, simple things like that, but nothing crazy. So, answering your question, as for the outfits and stuff, I definitely do not think that we're gonna be getting more on next gen, but we are gonna be getting more as more DLCs do come out. And kind of going along that topic of stuff that was in the game or in trailers that actually is not in the game. So this guy actually sent me this tweet, and I know it's not really, he never said Monday Mailbox, but I thought it'd be interesting to talk about on today's episode. So he says, "I found a new leaked apartment in GTA Online on the GTA official gameplay trailer." And I'll go ahead and put the picture up on the screen. Now as you see on the left side, that is actually a new apartment layout, or it's maybe not a new one, but it's one that we don't have in the game. And like I was saying with the whole cut content, there's a lot of stuff that developers, because this trailer was released, I'm pretty sure, a good couple of months before online actually came out, so they were probably still beta testing things, and obviously what wound up happening is they didn't like the layout of that one, so they went with the layout they have now. Like I was saying with the cut content, maybe this could be another, high-end DLC or apartments that comes out and there's a new layout. Maybe they'll put this layout into that apartment, which would be cool, because I would definitely like them to do some stuff with the apartments to make them a little bit different. But yeah, as for this picture, again, that was probably something that they originally had, but then they wound up going with another plan or another floor layout instead. So just wanted to clear that up for you as well. Now getting into the final question. This one again is from Twitter, so you guys can submit questions by Twitter. Although if you do use Twitter to submit a topic or a question, go ahead and put hashtag Monday Mailbox so I can find it easier. But this guy CJ McKay, he obviously has an issue with money lobbies, and I'm assuming a lot of you guys are as well, just because they are back, as you can tell from his tweet. Now he talks about how a DLC, may be delayed, heists are never coming out, whatever. Listen, I think the one time we had the money apocalypse, and I don't even remember which DLC it was that got delayed. Even if it did get delayed, maybe, I can't remember. Like, it was so long ago, I didn't want to think about it, because all my money got taken away. But yeah, man, I think the DLC is going to be coming out soon, regardless of these money lobbies. Now, as for the money lobbies, pro tip, try not to get in one. If you do get in one, immediately leave. I already know people who have been getting modded money, and you know, a couple days later they get banned. So Rockstar is definitely cracking down on this stuff, whether you guys, you know, think they're doing it or not. I even think a couple weeks ago, there were reports that Rockstar developers were just going into random sessions, and you know, because they have like a special spectator mode or something like that, and they were catching people glitching. So definitely be careful. I don't know what else there is besides the money lobbies. I actually have not been in one, and I'm hoping it stays that way, just because I don't want to have to go through that process of dealing with billions upon billions of dollars and then having it taken away again, or possibly even getting banned. And I know it may seem, you know, pretty harmless to do, just getting a couple extra $1 million, but still, you know, it is cheating, so Rockstar does not like that. So honestly, I would just advise, if you do get into a money lobby, then just back out, go find a new session, go into invite only for the next couple days if you really want to be safe, just because obviously it's your own session, so nobody can get in there with you unless you invite them. But anyway, that is it with this episode of Monday Mailbox. I know it's kind of short, you know, compared to some of the other ones, but nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed. Like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, so you get these every Monday, and we got some awesome videos coming out this week. Anyway, again, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.